Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back once again to this thing right here, Rogues Gallery Live. Good evening. Like I said, this is Rogues Gallery Live, and this is episode 177. I am joined by a motley crew of rogues tonight, which is great because, we have other rogues that are busy tonight. Dan, I'm going to give a shout out to him. He's watching Jurassic Park right now, which I'm kind of jealous because I do want to see that one. Let's see. Matt, what was he doing? I can't remember what Matt said he was doing.
He's going to Dallas. Mm-hmm.
Traveling.
Yeah, Matt's traveling to Dallas, and then Delaney's stuck in a desert somewhere. So it's been, kind of a crazy week, I guess, for the Rogues. But I am joined by this guy right here, Mr. Billy Rios in the house. How's it going?
Doing well. How you guys doing? Chat. How's everybody doing? I don't know what those guys are doing, but I know I drove through New York City and saw a dinosaur and a bunch of other things.
You saw a dinosaur? Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. The promotional stuff for the Jurassic Park movie. So
that's cool.
Yeah. So
I'm upset because I missed the flying Superman in London. Did you guys see that where they put the Superman statue at the top of that building? It's pretty neat. Pretty cool.
It was 11 feet tall.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Wow. It's pretty neat though. It looks good.
Yeah, I guess they made it oversized because you wouldn't see it, right?
I was going to say that building. Just having been there, it's a massive, massive building. So I mean, I didn't even know if you could see it from the ground. Really, I think you'd have to see it from other buildings, but pretty crazy. We also have Mr. Eric B from All Things Art joining us tonight. How's it going?
I'm doing good. Little disappointed Billy had to cancel his P. Diddy free party tonight, but it should be fun as well. Yeah.
Not letting him out, man.
Yeah, we were all invited to the party tonight, and we were going to have all sorts of, I don't know, what would you say, like interesting sessions, so to speak. I don't know, but anyway, that was a great comment you had earlier in our chat. And then, of course, last but not least, we have Jimmy G from Godlike Statues joining us tonight. How's it going, sir?
It's going good. Thanks, Chris. Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure. I'm glad to be here. Great to see everybody.
We're glad to have you. I want to say hello to some folks in the chat real quick. We got Theodore in the house saying hello. We got Mr. Kennedy. We got JWR. JWR has got a show 8 o'clock tonight, I believe. Check out that on the Stylish Nerds channel. That would be awesome.
Yeah, he's got Dennis Perez.
Dennis Perez on tonight. Yeah. I didn't know if he did those taped or live. So apparently it's live. So
no, they're live. Yeah.
Yeah, they're live. We got Justin Racklin in the house, Brotherhood member. Thank you guys. We got a lot of members tonight. We got the Virgin Prime showing up in the house. Up everybody. We got Vengeance saying hello to Jimmy.
Hey, what's going on, man? Good to see you.
Alan also saying hi to Jimmy as well. So again, what's going on with you guys? Anything new this week in terms of collectibles? I definitely dipped my toe into the unknown territory of J&D statues. Crazy, right?
Yeah.
Well, how are you liking it, Chris? Now you've got two. So what's your thoughts now?
I think they're fantastic.
Okay.
I did pick two J&D pieces that have mostly mask. So that might be part of it. I don't love the Catwoman unmasked portrait, but I think with the mask, I think she looks phenomenal. I have moved some of my stuff around, put the movie pieces down there, and I really like the way those look. I have the Dark Knight pieces in the middle, waiting for Bane to get in, but they're really good. And it's like one of those things too, where I think when we're talking about likeness, sometimes is like when we look at photos, they're like so blown up and we're looking at like this big detail, when in reality, these things are third scale and from, just take a couple steps back and they look great. Sometimes looking up close, maybe not so much, but I do feel like J&D continues to get better with each release, which is, for the most part really exciting, because I think that obviously people are not always going to want to pay the price, but I definitely understand, the quality that lies in these things. And so I'm really happy to have a couple. I have a feeling they probably won't be my last. I'm really excited to see that penguin, especially. I didn't realize they were doing the Batman Returns penguin, Danny DeVito penguin. So
you know what it is too? Just to piggyback what you said, it's photos too. When you take photos of something, it enhances like every single little detail on a statue. Yeah. So it might pick up things, that don't look so good that you might not see in person. The regular.
So I'm 49. I have to wear my readers to see anything pretty much anymore. That's like, not like a foot in front of my face. Like from across the room, I'm fine. But it's really weird. Even the photos that I took, of the unmasked Wayne portrait, like, and when I posted it, and there was like all these like black hairs all over it, I couldn't even see that with my eye. Oh, so wow. It's funny the way like like you said, the camera will pick up details that aren't necessarily that we can even see, because it's so tiny. I mean, like his head's like only about that big, so right. It's pretty crazy, but overall, I'm really impressed. I don't know if you guys had a chance to see the unboxing or reviews or anything, but what did you guys think? Did you guys think that they looked good?
Yeah, I have the Pattinson JD, and I am getting Bane, and I am getting Bale too. I think once I kind of get everything lined up, but I really liked them. I think that there's some better than others. I think it's pretty obvious to me in some aspects when you look at them, but I really like the Bale with the cowl on. That one's really good, I think. But I saw you had some concerns with the cape, and you ordered another one, correct?
I did. Actually, I was turned on to a custom maker through another collector, and they messaged me and said, actually, somebody said who the maker was, so I reached out to them. But the same day, another collector messaged me and said, "Hey, I have that cape, and I'm selling it. Do you want it?" And so I said, tell me a little bit about it, and he said, it's really very similar to the stretch, that stretchy thin material that the Queen Studios one has, which I like. Right. It's not necessarily perfectly accurate, but I like the way it drapes. I like that it's a little longer. Okay. So I bought it. And I think it gets here in the next day or so. Okay. And then another custom maker reached out to me, or maybe I reached out to them first. I can't remember, but I got an email today that they also do a really great third scale for this Keaton Batman as well. And it super drapes over his shoulder, like it's a heavy drape, so it doesn't have that kind of that bow out look. Sure. So I'm gonna get that too. I think it was like maybe like $95 all in shipping and fees and everything. So I might go that route too, just to kind of play around with the capes. I don't know, to give it kind of that more accurate look. So, but I definitely recommend the Bale if you can find one. You do see people selling them from time to time. I've even thought about getting the Robert Pattinson, just because
that one looks good too. Yeah,
I do think it's one of their better ones, and I
see like kind of like with the Robert Pattinson, I'm like half and half on that one. I feel like the masked portrait is great. The suit looks phenomenal. That unmasked portrait is probably the worst I've ever seen.
Well, and again, that's
and the Prime One Blitzway, the unmasked portrait is phenomenal.
It is.
So, I mean, you got 1,600. You have 3,000. I just don't see on some of them where the value is. I mean, the what is it? The one you just got. The Bale looks great. Love that piece, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But I mean and I'm not a fan of the rooted hair, like with the silicone and then the hair. I just get a doll vibe.
Yeah.
Especially when I was looking at the Anne Hathaway one, and you were just kind of moving the hair. I was just getting the Barbie doll vibes, you know what I'm saying? And when that happens, I get turned off. But the Pattinson, the suit, the mass portrait. Great, but if I had that piece, I would just leave the unmasked portrait in the box.
Todd had it for $1,000 off at one time. That's when I bought it, so I got it for $2,000.
$2,000.
Chris, do you worry about like dust now with those pieces? Like especially if you're like dusting the other. I know sometimes you use that electric blower, so you might blow some onto
I haven't until right now. So,
You do the cat with the head going to be all over the place.
Find out, right?
I was going to say, I guess that's something I'm going to have to tackle as I go. But no, I'm not too worried. The dust in here actually that isn't too bad, which is pretty great. I do dust in here, but I've never dusted silicone, so I don't even know how I would go about. Maybe like a damp cloth or something, kind of dab it or something.
No. Don't put any water on it. I usually just use the makeup brush or the little. Yeah. I mean, that's just on the Pattinson and on the Chris Evans. Like it's just like it actually comes with a brush, but yeah, I wouldn't wet it.
So I don't know. I guess I'll try to figure that out as we go. But it is what it is, I suppose. But I am really impressed with it. And I'm really excited for that Bane. It's going to be a long year wait or whatever it's going to be to get that piece. And they announced a Jack Sparrow and a Davy Jones, so I would be definitely interested in those. I don't want to pay $3,000 for it, but if it's $2,000 or so, 2,200 or so, I would be in, maybe. It depends on how much more Finch art I have to freaking buy. But I'm slowly but surely going broke.
Have you decided on a Two-Face yet?
I just did a video. I think it's up for members right now, where I kind of compared. I put both of them up. Yes. I don't know. I think I'm leaning more toward the one I already had.
Really?
But I really love the new one too. So I just don't know. I'm assuming I'm gonna have to sell one. I'm gonna need the money for my next portrait. But it's a great piece, both of them. That's the thing, is they're so different, but I feel like I have most of them are just the plane with the heads, and they're the larger heads. I have very few that are smaller that have the background. So I just really wanted to get the second one in so I had it. I mean, I didn't want to have to like second guess myself. So this way, at least I can have it in hand and say, okay, this is what I decided. After seeing it on the wall. So
now, Chris, one of them he's flipping the coin and the other one doesn't, correct?
Yeah, let me show you.
Okay. Yeah.
It's interesting. Like those are like, because I know he does like portraits and he does the bust. Like some of the ones you have are almost considered like full in the line of
man, that's so awesome.
Like that's more of a bust. You have a little waist, you got shoulders, you have a hand.
The bust that he's done for me, I mean, like the ventriloquist has the full, like half the body of the ventriloquist, and Scarface. The Harley Quinn obviously is kind of like torso, but most of them are just pretty much just the face with a little tiny bit of shoulder or something. So this one, definitely has a little bit more, so that makes his head a little smaller. Yeah. And the other one is more straight on, where I kind of consider the collection the mugshot wall, and so this one's a little bit less mugshotty, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know. I keep thinking, like, should I just keep it and put it somewhere else? Like, I don't know, because I still like it. Maybe I can put it in my entryway or something. So
I think I just love the coin. I think I just love the coin and he's flipping it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like, it's just, that's why Jason messaged me. He's like, do you already have a Two-Face? Or you already have a Two-Face, right? And I said, yeah, but what you got? What?
He knows you already have a Two-Face.
I know. But anyway, I had seen this one that he posted from the weekend. He did a video of some of the pieces. Because David didn't do one for me this weekend or this last weekend. And so I kind of had a feeling that might've been the one he was talking about. And I said, what happened with that? And he's like, well, the guy never showed up. He commissioned it and never showed up to pay for it. And so he was going to put it on his website. So I'm like, well, I'll take it. So, but it's $800. So it's like, should I keep it and put it somewhere else? Like I said, in my entryway or something like that, with some of my other, like I've got the Javi Fernandez Joker. I did just sell the Javi Fernandez Batman that I got in New York.
That was the shocker. Remember that one, Eric?
That's a good one. I wanted that one for myself, and I was thinking about
waiting for Matt's stuff, right? We kept going back to his table. Like, is Matt's? I'm not done. Come back. Oh, I'm going to lunch. Okay. He finally comes back, and then Chris is like, "I did something." Look.
Yeah, I did. So I know I wasn't.
Like,
I
what
was
did
like,
you do? Why
if
would
I
you
hadn't
do
already spent enough freaking money that weekend, I was like, good Lord.
And you misplaced your debit card.
Yeah,
so
then
you
I
had to
lost my
get
debit
cash.
card. Yeah,
Oh,
I know. That was crazy.
That's
But yeah,
scary.
the guy that bought it today was it's Ryan Benjamin's handler. He is an art collector also, and so so we've kind of messaged back and forth, and so anyway, that's going out to Japan tomorrow. So I already got it boxed up and ready to go. So anyway, I don't know what to do about the Two-Face. I'll probably keep it for a little while, but I don't know if I need the money. I might end up selling it. We'll see. But I still have at least one or two more to pay for from Finch. All the other ones I did through CGC. By the way, the CGC ones, they posted. Did you guys see the remarks that he did?
Yeah.
In the remarks,
huge.
there were huge remarks, and that it's just crazy. And so I'm really excited because I'm assuming he's already done a lot of them. So I'm excited to see what we get. I getting 4 of them in from CGC, so we shall see. So anyway, that's some of the stuff that I've got in recently. How about you guys? Anything new to your collections, your caves?
I think I might have Ripley coming if I make this deal today from Prime 1. That should be coming in soon. I've got an autograph print from Sigourney Weaver that says Ripley on it, which I'm pretty excited for. That's coming in. And what else is coming? Oh, the Prime 1 endoskeleton. I haven't got the shipping yet, but that's coming in. I ordered it. And it looks like the Blitzway Cyberdyne T800 is coming too, but he got pushed back to next year. But I'm going to put him with, I have the T800 bust. And I'm going to put him with it. So, but those are my
That's awesome. That's very, very cool.
What happened with the Tactical Throne? How come
it's right here.
Went out the door so fast?
Yeah, it's man, it's like it's a great statue. It really is. But the problem is it takes up so much room that it doesn't kind of go with what I'm doing right now. So I thought it'd be best to let somebody else enjoy it, So just to
and it's one of those things too, where if you look at your collection and you look at kind of your game plan, you primarily have movie stuff, and that's
right.
that's obviously your focus. And so having a comic book Tactical Throne doesn't necessarily fit with that motif. So I don't blame you one bit.
Yeah, it's a great statue, and I still love it. The problem is that it just doesn't go here, like with everything that I'm doing. But I am going to build that DC section there, and it's going to have Bane, Bale, Pattinson, a few others. So I might even put the Jazz Inc. Tumbler in there. Thought about it. So
that would be cool.
What was the turnaround time on the J&D Bane?
I was talking with Freddie. He said they ship early all the time, but I don't know when it's going to launch. To be honest,
let me look and see if the website, because I can't remember. I think it said
I ordered direct. Did you, Chris, too?
No, I didn't. I ordered through Comic Concepts, and basically it had sold out the day I went to go order it because I was still in Europe. And so I missed the opportunity. Matt called me and he's like, you got to get it. And it says a shipping date Q3 of 2026.
Okay.
So about a year, give or take.
Put 2 months on that for a retailer.
Yeah. So, but I'm going to still see through Comic Concepts if I could still get that golden ticket opportunity to get the bank robber Joker.
Okay. Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see. Oh, well, there went Eric.
Josh was pretty good. I'm sure if he can do it, he'll do it for you.
No, that'd be great. Actually, that'd be awesome. So we'll see.
Did Eric?
Chris, you should get that Finch to do a sketch of you so you can add yourself to the wall in Rogues Gallery. That would be kind of cool, actually.
That would be cool, actually.
I've seen him do people before, and he does a nice job.
Like, he did somebody's cat at New York Comic Con.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy. So anyway, that's what you have coming in. What about you, Billy? Anything coming your way?
No. I just got into Killer Croc not even last week or whatever it was. I'm still up on that one. I can't believe how big that thing is. I've got some big pieces. He's taller than Bane. He makes Freeze look small.
Wow.
He's like, I mean, his base is flatter, but he's about, statue wise, He's as big as LBS Hulk.
What the heck?
He's
I
big.
didn't realize that.
It's a big statue. Yeah.
Wow.
But
That's awesome.
Yeah, like, you know what? I think, I was talking to somebody, like he had been on the radar for a long time, but he was just hard to come by, And I don't see them ever doing a 1/3 Killer Croc ever again. You know what I'm saying? Like this is gonna be it. I'm most like a 1/3 guy anyway, and they're doing, seems like they're doing more 1/4. The Diehl just came out, so are they really gonna do a 1/3 Killer Croc anytime soon? Probably not.
So with that said, and actually I want to put a pin in that because that's kind of what we're going to talk a little bit about with our topic 1. Okay. So before we do that, I just wanted to kind of go and hit some of the newsworthy items that I thought was interesting. The first one was this thing. I don't know if you guys saw this, but pretty crazy. This is an original piece of Jock art, very famous Joker cover. At auction, it went for $288,000 this week, which is, just insane.
When I originally saw this, I thought Jock sold it. It's not even Jock's money. It's some other collector sold it.
Jock sold it early on. So like that's the thing is like when an artist does the art, they own it, and so they can sell it if they want. And I think he held on to it for a little while. I mean, let's just pretend like he waited a year or something and he made, let's say he sold it for $10,000. Okay, let's just say. I mean, that's still a lot of money for a cover, let's say.
I heard I was gonna say I heard he sold it. It was either somewhere in the 4. It was either 400 or 4,000 he sold it for. Whether that's true, I don't know.
So the big question is, Chris, where are you going to put it?
Yeah, right. I saw a lot of comments that said, "Man, it's like, oh, and I bid 277, and I just got beat out." It's like.
Well, here's the thing. I think that was like a one-off. Like that artwork usually doesn't go for crazy prices like that.
Well, and somebody said that this was actually on one of the websites. I can't remember whether it was Anthony's or somebody for like $100,000, and it's been that way for a really long time.
Yep.
So, it might have been that the guy that sold this might have been the one that bought it for $100,000 and then resold it to Heritage or put it up for auction. It's possible. But I mean, this is still, I don't know if it's like history making, but it sure seems like it in terms of a cover. I can't imagine another one out there that I can think of that's gone for something like that. But anyway, it was just very interesting to see a number like that. I'm sure there's maybe been some like hush covers or some other things that might be more. I'm not sure, but pretty crazy. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of share that because I thought that was like Kristen Logan says, absolutely insane. It's called money laundering. Midnight collector rides again. There you go.
Actually, I got disconnected. I don't know if you guys, I don't know what was going on, but I accidentally hit my my wire, but I wanted to share a quick positive story. So I had a few repairs come in. One, it was somebody sent me this massive. It came in the original box. It was for the Talon, and he sent it in the giant Prime 1 box. So I thought I had like a giant statue in front of my house. But anyway, the one I was going to tell you guys about was it's the Detective 1000, the Batman. So I'm not going to mention the guy's name, but he originally reached out to me and he wanted me to repair a chipped ear. And for the hell of it, because I've done this in the past, I said, why don't you contact Prime 1 and see if they have any replacements? Maybe they can send you one. I mean, most of the time we think like companies don't have replacements. They actually found them ahead. I mean, they had to sell it to him because it's way past, since he purchased it. But for $200 shipped, actually, no, it was $120 and then they charged him $80 in shipping, which is crazy. But for $200 shipped, they sent him, it's coming in the mail now, a brand new portrait for the one he broke for the Detective 1000. So just wanted to share that. If anybody ever has something broken, doesn't hurt to reach out to companies and see if they have a spare.
Did he say what portrait it was?
It's the one looking forward.
So that would be, I bet the reason why they had that is because they probably still have the bus. And I bet they just took a head off of one of those busts. You know what I'm saying? Because that was a straight looking portrait. Yeah.
The same guy, I've done that in the past for him as well. He had a half scale Superman, and it has this little, like, it's actually kind of big. It's a big spotlight on the bottom of the base. It has like 4 of them in each corner. You probably remember that, Chris, on your Batman.
Yeah.
And same thing. It was plastic and the thing broke. And same thing. I was like, just reach out to the company. He reached out. They actually were able to get him another one. So never hurts to try to reach out to a company.
Well, yeah, that's a great advice, because you would just naturally assume like they don't have it. But yeah, it doesn't hurt. Doesn't hurt. It's free to try, right? I mean, it's free to email them. So that's really great. The other thing I wanted to kind of highlight that I was kind of excited about this week was the script was turned in for the Batman 2. Kind of long rumored that the movie's not going to happen, and there's beef, or like James Gunn doesn't want to have a conflicting Batman for his universe, and blah blah blah. Well, the script has been turned in. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be made, but it's definitely a good sign that it probably will. So I don't know. You guys excited about that? I can't wait.
I mean, I can't wait, but I mean, who knows how long we're going to have to wait. If all that we're up to is a script being turned in, we're going to see this movie in 2029.
I'm saying 3 years. I bet we'll see it.
That's a long time.
I know.
And then we have to worry about scheduling. Isn't he supposed to be in the next Dune movie or something like that? He's probably filming Dune.
Could be. I don't know. I've said who I want before, and I've been very vocal about the Court of Owls. I just think that the Court of Owls would be perfect for this particular universe. With old money and just the old power play over Gotham. Who would you guys like to see? It's been kind of rumored about Mr. Freeze and some other things, but is there anybody in particular that you would really like to see as the main villain?
It's supposed to take place after Halloween, following the first one. So I mean, the winter scene kind of makes sense to bring in Freeze, at least.
Yeah.
Freeze or Scarecrow, I think for me.
I don't think they do Scarecrow because Nolan did that.
Mm-hmm.
But
could have been done better, though. I think if they do Scarecrow the way they did him in the Gotham
Nolan
TV
stuff
show,
was supposed to be based in reality. So for him to look like this monster wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't make sense for him to be a doctor and just put a mask on and have a toxin. And I actually thought they did a pretty good job with that.
They should do a Scarecrow solo movie the same way they're doing Clayface. I think I'm more excited for Clayface at this point because I feel like that'll come out quicker than this Batman.
Yeah, me too. But
I think it's a great way to introduce some of these side characters and to give them some weight to them by having a movie about them first, and then integrating them into that universe. I kind of love that.
Yeah,
it's just so bad though how you're gonna have two Batmans and James Gunn is doing the way they just flip things over. We'll watch it all, but it's so jumbled up, because the first Batman was so successful, so we're all, people like us are clamoring for this second movie, but clearly James Gunn wants his own Batman, do his own thing, start his universe, and so are we really going to be interested in 2029 or whatever? I don't even know if I'll be on the planet. I mean, who knows?
The only good thing about Gunn is he seems to be quick. I heard they're already planning Superman 2. So
right, he's quick with his stuff. Right, he's quick with his stuff, but it has nothing to do with the Batman stuff.
I know. I'm saying at least we'll get multiple movies though within my time before I freaking die.
Well, let's hope anyway. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Jimmy? Is there anybody in particular that you would love to see them bring to the screen?
Like I was saying, I really want to see either Scarecrow or Freeze. I think that'd be awesome. But I think you have a good point. Court of Owls would be amazing. I think that'd be awesome.
It's set up for it, so yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a really good pick, actually. So I'd love to see that coming onto the big screen. But man, Chris, Billy's right. It's gonna take forever for this movie to come out. That's the problem.
So, I mean, if you do Court of Owls, I mean, you could have the main villain be Talon.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
You can have Talon. I think that they'll do at least. I think we'll still see Riddler as well. The rumor is that maybe we would see multiple villains. Maybe like Mr. Freeze kind of being the puppeteer or something of all the other villains. So I don't know. I could also see maybe doing a Tommy Elliott type storyline, potentially with Bruce when they were both little, and a Hush type of thing. I don't know. I think that there's a lot of grounded characters in reality that they could definitely introduce in this film. So I'm very excited. I was so excited when I saw this image because I'm like, yes, we're finally going to make it.
Do you see them doing more Bat Family? Maybe like Barbara Gordon or heavy rumor right now is Robin. I don't want them to go there yet. I think that they probably could, but I would still like to see. I mean, that's the thing is he's still supposed to be year one Batman.
And so I don't want them to get too far ahead of themselves. I don't think that they need to do that yet.
He's gonna look like Dark Knight Returns.
He'll be like 50 by the time they film it.
Yeah, I know, and that's the problem is they do have to get him. They have to keep him going.
Actually,
sure.
I think I read somewhere that in 2022 when Robert Pattinson did his movie, he was older than when Christian Bale did Batman Begins.
Yeah, I think I read.
He just looks young.
Yeah, that's right. He's too young of a Batman for the Court of Owls. It's after the Penguin and Joker. They should. Again, I don't think they can really go wrong either way, but I guess we'll see.
So, how far into the future do they jump though? Like, do they just pick up after the Penguin series?
That's what they.
Even though it's big, I mean, obviously they can do whatever they want, but are they gonna make it seem like, well, it's been however many years? Because actually, it would be like almost a decade before this movie comes out.
Yeah,
from the first time.
I don't know. I assumed it's going to take place like right after the Penguin stuff happened, because the Penguin's supposed to have a certain number of scenes in the movie as well.
Maybe they'll change it now that there's supposedly won't be a Penguin Part 2 on TV. I don't think Colin's coming back for that.
I hope that's wrong, because that was such a phenomenal show.
He was supposed to be somebody else.
Sounds like he didn't like putting on all that, prosthetics.
It's supposed to be like Major something or another. Like he's supposed to take another.
Hey, he'll put on the prosthetics again if they offer him enough cash, right?
They pay him right.
Yeah.
I really don't even think it needs a second season. I mean, it kind of, the way it ended, it was like, all right, let's get into this second movie,
Yeah.
It's
I agree. I don't think they necessarily need it.
Do a different character.
Yeah. So so that's that. Another
what
thing
would be good, not just what would be good, would be a series following Zoe Kravitz, because remember at the end of the movie she went her way. Mm-hmm. He went his way, kind of like following her and seeing what she's been up to for however many years.
Not just Zoe Kravitz, but what they implied was, of course, Sophia Falcone. And so I could definitely see them doing a series with the two of them, because they're obviously there. Yep. It was revealed that they're family. And so, which again is straight out of Hush, which I love. The Long Halloween. So again, they're definitely dipping their toe into some of my favorite stories. So that's really exciting. Another really quick thing I wanted to ask your opinion on is this right here. I posted this to the group and I wanted to hear your opinion. So these are my Liber Mejo pieces, not the jock.
You gotta take that jock down.
But where the jock is, I feel like I need another face, because below that picture of Batman versus Joker, I'm getting this summer, if it all goes according to plan, I'm getting a Liber Mejo Joker holding a bat. And so it'll be those two. But I feel like I need, because I probably messed up and got Two-Face. I probably should have just stopped. But now I feel like I need a fourth face. Which villain would you pick for that fourth face?
Bane.
Bane. All right, Bane.
I'm going to say Bane every time, though. So
well, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
He has done Bane a couple of times, and he does a decent job. I don't know. What do you guys think? With Billy and Eric, where do you weigh in?
I mean, I would lean more towards like a monster kind of thing, because I think his work translates pretty good to that. But the Prime One Catwoman, that came off of a variant cover that he did. Yep. And I just absolutely love that cover. So I wouldn't be against doing something different and maybe getting something like that Catwoman.
Well, and it would be kind of like an ally to Batman that's right above her, possibly.
I love that cover, and that's probably why I love the statue so much. So something like that, goggles down, because I think your Finch has goggles up, right? Or maybe it doesn't have any goggles. But if you did something with the goggles down, which is one of the portraits on that statue, I think that'll be different, and it would be pretty cool under Batman. Yeah.
Okay.
That'd be a good option, Chris, because I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but that'd be a good option. But because it's hard to beat Finch's Bane. I think that's the problem. That's what I'm kind of seeing here. But Catwoman or just another villain would be good. So
I think Eric, you picked Mad Hatter, didn't you? I think is what you had mentioned.
Yeah, so we were looking at a cover that he did with a bunch of villains on it, and I was like, because all the other guys were like, go for a grotesque, so you get the details, and I was like, wow, Mad Hatter looks, incredible, but I don't know if that fits that lineup or if you care, like, because I don't know, I feel like Joker and Two-Face are more like, regular ongoing characters, to where Mad Hatter, you don't really see him too often. So I don't know if you want him
Here
in
is
the mix there.
is Killer Croc.
Ooh, that looks good.
Oh,
Maybe something like that with the bars and whatnot. So this is a variant cover that he did.
That would be cool. Here's the question: would he listen if you told him to draw something specific like bars? Because I was saying you better make sure he draws the character looking to the right, because if the character's looking to the left, it's going to look weird.
Yeah,
Just let him know which way you want it to face.
Yeah, I think he would do whatever I asked.
Okay.
I mean, obviously he might put his
good.
own spin on it, obviously, and that's I don't mind that at all. But I kind of thought like a penguin or a croc, or again something a little bit more grotesque, because again that's where all the detail is and all the shadow.
Yeah, that's So I mean,
same thing
with Finch. Like
yes.
the female characters tend to be a little bit more soft and kind of flat.
Yeah,
I mean, for me, I love Scarecrow, so I'd be like, yo, get Scarecrow. But I don't know. It depends what characters you like best.
I don't love his Scarecrow as much. It's just kind of like that burlap sack kind of tied.
Yeah.
It's like it's not quite the same as like what you got from like Ryan Brown, which I
Well,
still
if you
love.
look, that's what I thought too. But if you look up, on the internet, he has drawn Scarecrow with the hat as well.
Okay, maybe I just need to do a little bit more research. And again, that's something that I actually reached out to him and I said, because what happened in
I'll send it to you.
MegaCon was we just happened to run into him and some guy canceled, and he's like, "Hey, I was just going to let you know that some guy canceled. Do you want the slot?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, who do you want? I'm like, "Oh no, I had to."
You find it funny, like every time somebody cancels, they just hit up Chris.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's what I said. I said, "Hey, just so you know, FYI, if somebody would happen to cancel on you again." I showed him the exact same picture, and I'm like, eventually I'm going to want a fourth one, so pencil me in for that fourth one if you have a cancellation. I don't want to take up like multiple slots because I'm sure he will fill up very, very quickly. The fact that he's done these for me is just unbelievable.
Look in the chat real quick. You can look at Scarecrow.
All right, let me get my phone out. Pardon. Talk amongst yourselves.
Chris, the Joker that he did for you is awesome, man.
Well, and the one in the corner, you mean that Joker?
Right, in the corner.
So he did not do those for me. I actually bought the Batman and Joker off of a fellow collector.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I had found that. Where was it? I think in one of the Facebook groups or something. And I even found photos of Lee Bermejo with those two pieces, which is really cool. Nice. But yeah, he didn't do that Joker. There's actually a ton of Jokers that he's done in that style. There's so many that I love, even more than this one.
Okay.
So I'm always looking to see if I can find one. He does like kind of those squares, and he puts like a little title on the top, like to kind of like tell the story. So it's really cool. But the one he did for me was the Two-Face and the Batman versus Joker, and that's the one Eric picked up from him personally in New York, which was really amazing.
Have you seen him do other portraits like that? Because I always see him do Batman, and then sometimes usually Joker. I don't think I've ever seen him like do Two-Face or other characters.
I've never seen him do a Two-Face. I've seen a couple Harleys. I've seen a Catwoman, just exactly like what Billy was talking about with the goggles. And he's done a number of them, but I think mostly he does Batman and Joker because that's the bread and butter. That's what everybody wants.
Yeah.
So anyway, I guess we'll see over time, but Arkham style Scarecrow. How about Croc, Penguin, Talia? There's a vote for Talia. Vengeance is asking, hey Billy, Superman looks great behind you. What do you think of it in general as a piece? Sideshow never has stuff in stock anymore.
I think it's the best quarter scale Superman out right now. Even if the Hush one, when it comes out, I still think this pose is when I think of Superman, that's kind of what I think of. The only downside to this piece is it comes with two portraits, one more New 52, and then there's one. This one's more like Alex Ross. To switch the portraits, you literally have to take off the cape and parts of the base. So, I mean, anybody who knows about handling statues and whatnot, you really don't want to disassemble them too much if you don't have to, especially to swap out a portrait. You know what I'm saying? So I do think that was a flaw, but I just, I left the other portrait in the box. I have the more Alex Ross look, but I mean, it's a huge dynamic pose. Kind of reminds me of the Ivan Reyes Iron Studios piece, which was a phenomenal statue. So yeah, man, if you can get it, can't go wrong with it.
I agree. I think it's, I don't know if, I think it probably is the best quarter scale. I love the art direction on it. I like the cape.
Fully sculpted, just, you know, it's got some little seams on the base where you put the cloud, but you're not looking at that, you know?
Yeah. One real quick news item I just wanted to kind of relay. We talked a little bit about it. So there's been some people, this particular person did 2 fake websites this last week. I actually got hit up by, it was Jason at Essential Sequential. Actually, he hit me up and he said, "Hey, did you see this Prime 1 sale?" And I said, "No, but you know, I'm usually pretty much like first thing in the morning, I'm checking the sites, I'm checking to see what's going on for the day." And he about bit the bullet on a tactical throne because it was like, I think they were selling it for like $500 or something like that. So I looked into it and I realized it was.
I'm sorry, something like that though. Like, you have to exercise some kind of common sense. $500.
I know, but there's so many collectors that aren't in this world. You know, they'll see a deal like that and they'll be like, okay, because still $500 is still a lot of money to a lot of collectors. And so I immediately, looked into it. I'm like, no, this isn't right. I actually messaged John at Prime 1 and I said, hey, I'm assuming this is a scam. And he got back to me, yes, it is a scam. So I know a bunch of people, other YouTubers, other Facebook groups reported it to Facebook and they got it taken down. The next day, this one popped up, same deal. The site looked very legit. I mean, it looked very clean. This one,
the shakes and fries. And all
I was going to say, this one actually was funny that they used a really bad photo of a sideshow shakes and fries.
I'll take a premium format with fries, please.
Yeah. The Prime 1 one looked much more legit than the sideshow one did. But I know, I reached out to, I think it was Tim at Sideshow, and I'm like, I just putting this out there that I think somebody is trying to scam you guys. And so anyway, you know, it's one of those things where we try to look out for the community if we can. So if you guys see something like this that clearly isn't legit, please report it, because we don't want somebody to lose all their money, and that would just be horrible. But obviously, you know, can you guys believe somebody's going to that trouble to scam people? I mean, I guess if you can rip people off quickly, it's worth it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, they do it with like PayPal and those type of websites. I'm surprised they're doing it with statue companies. It's a little bit of a smaller margin, you know, to attack people. But
Vengeance says you deserve to lose your money if you don't do your homework. Do your homework, kids. That's I mean, that's the thing, is you have to be pretty careful. Same thing whenever you're buying from a fellow collector, you know, do your due diligence. Yep. I mean, I just bought Batman Dark Knight and Catwoman J&D, and I messaged the person and I said, hey, can we do a video conference chat? He's like, yep, as soon as I get home from work, you know. And so we did a little video conference. He was real upfront and said, hey, the Batman I actually haven't ever opened. It's still sealed. I'm just kind of going in a different direction with my collection. And I had some things that he was wanting to purchase. And so, you know, there's a little bit of blind faith on that one. But very cool transaction. But you got to do your homework. You know, don't just go off of somebody's word. Yep. Unless you already know them, unless you can get some references. But anyway, I just be careful out there. That's for sure. Okay. Let's do topic number 1. It's not going to take too long, and then we'll get to looking at some photos. But this was a topic that was recommended by someone in the Facebook group, which I thought was interesting. What Batman statues that Prime 1 should make, or that you would most like to see. So just to give you a little bit of context too, I've been in conversation the last probably 3 years or so with their creative director, Johnny Pham. And he is very prideful of Prime 1, definitely cares about Prime 1's reputation, what kind of paint they're using. I mean, just everything about their art direction. He is a massive Batman fan, which is why we have like Talon, which is why we have that Flashpoint Batman and stuff. Like, he does some of the characters he really wants to see, but obviously sales have been down because the market's been so oversaturated. But I had a conversation with him again this week. He reiterated that DC is not a priority. They're still going to do some products, obviously. I'm assuming they have to probably to keep the license, do a certain number. They've obviously teased the Riddler. They've teased the Mr. Freeze. And just a little side note on Mr. Freeze, that they are continuing to tweak that piece, adding multiple portraits, he said, and multiple weapons. So I thought that was interesting, that there might be some nice swap outs there, because we haven't seen that yet. So a little bit of news there. But he did reiterate that a lot is riding on the Superman film. And if this Superman film does well, there is a lot more opportunity to bring more DC to the market. We're hearing good things so far for Superman. Obviously, if they're already thinking about filming Superman 2, great news, I think. I'm very excited as a Batman collector that maybe we'll get more Batman stuff. So again, this is just a little bit of pie in the sky. It doesn't have to necessarily be Prime 1, but I thought it was an interesting question. If you guys have anything that you would specifically like to see, I did see somebody in the chat this week that said they would really like to see like a Neil Adams tribute type piece. I don't know how well that would go with a Prime 1, whereas they have so much detail, and Neil Adams is more of that kind of that classic smoother suit look. But they do such a great job with the Fabox, but I think everybody's kind of over the Fabox. We've had so many Fabok inspired pieces, which is great, but I think people are wanting to see something a little bit different now. So I'm gonna turn it over to you guys, and also in the chat, who would you like to see? Which character would you love to see Prime 1 tackle? I think my number one would be maybe a Killing Joke Joker. I think that would be really neat to see what Prime 1 could do with that. Maybe with the carnival base and a defeated Jim Gordon half naked in the trenches, with the mirrors and all the craziness that was involved in that storyline. That would be maybe interesting. But I don't know. What do you guys think? What would you like to see from Prime 1?
I got two. So I got a Jim Gordon, a 1/3 Jim Gordon. I know.
Be specific. What do you want? What do you want from that Jim Gordon?
I mean, I think it would be a massive base if we said, the bat signal, right?
It's got to have the bat signal.
Yeah, I mean, but right. I think it could be done if you did it more of a force perspective, right? I mean, a 1/3 bat signal is going to be ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
So if we did a force perspective, or maybe half of the bat signal, and then half rooftop, something like that.
Something.
Yeah, but I mean, trench coat, glasses, gun and holster, badge on the belt. I mean, maybe swap outs. We'll do like what Sideshow did with the Obi-Wan, where there's a young portrait and then an older portrait.
Oh, yeah.
So like you can maybe do a little bit of Ben McKenzie-ish kind of younger look. I think would be great, and then an older Jim Gordon. And then I like to see them try the Batman Absolute. I know LBS is doing it, but I don't think that all of us are really feeling it, because I don't feel like that character is a museum posed kind of Batman, So maybe like that David Finch cover, like something more dynamic, but something that I think Prime 1 could do something crazy with the base and a couple of swap outs and weapon swap outs, the logo, which we know does stuff,
Mm-hmm.
So I think you can go a million different ways with a Batman Absolute in 1/3.
Two great picks. I would love to see both of those happen. How about you, Eric?
I mean, there's so many things that could be made, but if we're just like talking like Batman, I've been saying it forever. Where the hell is like a comic book Scarecrow? And then for myself, I don't know how many people love the character, but I love the character Mad Hatter, so I would love to see like a Mad Hatter. But yeah, definitely Scarecrow would be on the top of my list. I'm surprised they haven't done one. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing, but
It's shocking. Maybe they just haven't figured out the right art direction for it. But yeah, it just seems like a no-brainer of something they could do, because
they did that Arkham one, and then I mean, I don't know. It seems like an easy enough character to pull off.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
tons of poses you could do. Tons of it's a grotesque looking villain. I mean, can't be that hard to pull off.
Jim says, I would like to see Prime 1 deliver on their open orders before taking any more new orders. I mean, unlike some companies, Prime One actually is getting stuff out. So I don't really mind that they're taking orders now. I mean, other companies that haven't delivered in 3 years, I think that they should not be taking new orders, and they're not. So I don't mind that Prime One still is. I think they do a really nice job of getting stuff out. Vengeance says 1/3 man bat. Imagine the wings. Prime One can do it. I saw the Prime One piece on Jimmy's godlike statue, a white robot anime piece with wings. It's amazing.
I really enjoy their versus pieces. I know not everybody has the space for them, but I think they're pretty cool looking. Like when we have like Batman versus another villain.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
I mean, Batman. Yeah, I think that would be awesome. Or even if it's quarter scale, the Batman versus Killer Croc. I mean, something like that would be. I mean, again, maybe Batman versus Grundy or Batman versus Scarecrow or something.
I recently saw the Superman versus Doomsday, and I thought that was such a smart thing because Doomsday is such a big character, and you get pretty much half of him. You know, you get like one arm, his portrait, half the body, because he's part of the base. You know, that piece is. I mean, it's huge, but I mean, it's a 1/3. You know, it's an underrated piece.
I think so. Jimmy, what would you like to see?
I know Prime One did the diorama with Killer Croc, and they also doing the Batman Who Laughs. But I would love to see Bane overpowering Batman, either with like a bear hug or just kind of putting his hands on him and kind of wearing him down. I think that would be epic, and I would have to find a spot for it.
That's kind of the Bane that they have now. Batman's in the base. Have you seen that one?
He's sitting.
No,
this one right here. This one right here.
Oh, I have seen that one. I had it.
He's gonna have to buy it. He's like, oh yeah.
No, I used to have it. I had it here. It just was so big.
Yeah.
It was so big. I was like, man, I didn't know. Yeah, it's a great piece, but I moved away from comic. But I did it 1/4. I would have to really figure out what I would do because I would really want that. Basically, my all-time favorite DC characters, so I love it. That would be good for me.
Foxhound says, "Oh, just Batman, Zoe Kravitz, Catwoman 1/3, but I want it from J&D rather than Prime One." And it would have been probably through Blitzway. Would be my guess if they were going to do Kravitz, but I don't know why they never did. $2 super chat. Thank you very much. Predator alien to pair with Wolf Predator. That would be really great. Again, they just do such a great job on those Alien and Predator pieces.
Oh, man.
So awesome. Thank you very much for the super chat. I really appreciate it. And I want to thank again everybody that did super chats the other day during the live unboxing. That was awesome. So thank you guys very much.
You got me thinking now because that Zoe Kravitz. So if Prime One's really banking on this Superman movie to be successful, I really hope they're not like gonna just try to start making like Superman movie statues, because I think a lot of people want to see the movie and hope the movie does well, but at the same time they absolutely hate that costume for him. So I feel like they might try to start making those statues and it'll just be like unsuccessful for Prime One.
It's possible, but I don't think Prime One has ever been like super timely with what they do with like their movie pieces. So I think that they'll probably let it sit and marinate for a little bit and see, how people feel about that movie over time before they would do something like that. But I do think it would open up the gate to say, again, just being timely, kind of like what Prime One finally did with the Catwoman reveal, the Hush Catwoman. Like they're taking advantage of finally having the Hush 2 comic out. So they're capitalizing on that buzz a little bit, where we said a lot of companies, they like, why wasn't there like 3 or 4 Riddlers out 4 years ago when the movie was out? Like, it's like that was the opportune time to catch on that buzz, even if it wasn't the movie version. Bring out the comic book version when people are talking about the Riddler. And so I could see some statues coming out, but I don't think Prime One's probably going to invest heavily on a movie Superman. But it might bring out more like comic Supermans or other versions of Superman, or maybe an anime type Superman that they like to do. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I mean, the movie's going to make money because everyone's going to go see it, right? Because if you're going just because it's Superman in the movie, it's new, it's got buzz, it's going to make money, but it's going to be a good movie. Are we all going to walk out of the theater like, oh my God, that was a waste of 2 hours of my life, Yeah. And then it's kind of, so will they consider that a success? Okay, we can put these statues out now that the movie made $1 billion, but it was a horrible movie.
Yeah,
because they've done that where they put statues out. They canceled the boy statues. They canceled Blue Beetle. You know, so these are things that they were banking on. And then when those movies weren't successful, I mean, The Boys is awesome, but it's also a streaming show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Blue Beetle had buzz. It stunk. Statue canceled. No, nobody's gonna want to buy a statue from a crap movie.
Foxhound says with that Catwoman though, was it timely when it was sitting there for 5 years? I mean, that's a great point.
Yeah.
You know, they've been working on that piece for a really long time, but you know, maybe they just felt that they weren't ready. I asked their creative director about the art direction on that piece. I specifically asked him about the head sculpts. I specifically asked him about the purple color, and he was very adamant that they did a lot of research and that they, you know, that's the color she's going to be, and you know, whatever, you know, and it's like,
Chris, do you have that one in pictures tonight?
Yeah.
All right, because I'm interested to see what Eric thinks about that one, because we were on the show together when they, you know, so
yeah,
we pretty much talked about it at length.
That's right. So anyway, is there anything else you would like to see, or want to move on to photos?
Yeah, photos.
All right.
I'm gonna do the Jeff Delaney. Let's do pictures.
That's right. Let's do pictures. All right. Can you see Jeff Delaney?
Hey, there he is.
There he is.
The
His ears were ringing.
Fantastic Five.
This was before he was kidnapped and brought out to the desert.
6.
And so, yeah, it's the last time we get to see him. So
I thought he was on the set of one of his movies or something that he
Oh,
was
he-
doing. I
he
thought he
might
was
be.
like doing a Western or something.
maybe he is. I don't know. He just said he's out in the desert. So I don't know. He probably didn't have any. He's busy. He's like superstar now. So pretty awesome. This is the photo of my Catwoman here. I thought this was a pretty good representation of how she looks in person. If not, maybe a little bit better.
Looks good.
But I think she looks good here. Again, there's just sometimes they're hard to photograph, but I did feel like this one was pretty decent.
Suit looks awesome.
I like her, but like Billy said earlier, like the hair kind of weirds me out, like having like doll hair on it.
Yeah.
Chris, does she look that good on all angles, like from the front, left, and right side? Does she look that good?
I think this is the optimal angle right here.
Okay.
But I think straight on is okay.
Okay.
It just kind of depends. Maybe her face might be a little bit long, looking straight at you. Maybe, I'm not sure.
Okay.
But I do feel like, especially from this angle, it's just how I'm having her posed.
Yeah.
I think that looks really good with her looking away.
I think you had a
just pose it
point
like that.
the other day about like her lips being a little bit too pouty. It's like she got them done.
I in person, again, I don't feel like they're too pouty, but in the photos they tend to.
Okay.
And then here's the Bane or the Bale Batman.
Man, it's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, when you put them side by side with the Queen Studios, you really do see the difference.
Especially like in this part of the suit right here.
Yeah, the suit especially, like there's so much more detail and the colors are more accurate. But
Wow.
again, I think the cape's pretty not great. So I definitely am excited to get the custom cape in. But I think as a statue, I think he's really, really well done. And again, the two of them together look really nice.
So, Chris, I didn't know until I was watching the review, but his chin and his bottom, mouth is silicone. I didn't know that.
Yeah. His that's the only thing silicone on this portrait. The unmasked portrait, I actually just put back in the box. So I'm not going to display that one, but it is silicone on the bottom of his cowl there. This was sent to us from Supercraft, which was really cool for all the people that ordered through them. They're kind of keeping people updated. Obviously, they're still making this, so I don't see this being shipped to us anytime soon. But it is really kind of cool. They did some kind of behind the scenes of how things were going to peg in, how things were being constructed. So I thought that was interesting. And here's some of the printed pieces.
Mm-hmm.
See some of the texture on the cape. A lot of bats.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a nice piece. It's really good.
Yeah. It's kind of cool to see it all pieced out like that. And it is also going to come out with this art as well.
That's nice.
Like an art print that's coming with it.
Super cool.
This is the Hush, and again, these are just screen grabs. So they're not the best pictures. Prime One's never really done photos of this yet. But yeah, this is again, Billy and I and JWR talked that night during our live stream. Thanks everybody that joined us for that. That was awesome. What do you guys think of the Hush Catwoman?
First impressions, I felt like I was like, it looks a little like maybe like an art germ type piece. She looked a little anime to me, but then going back to like, because I haven't read the story in forever, I went back and looked at the artwork, and I mean, it does look like the artwork from the comic. So I guess I get what they were going for, but I don't know. It's not my personal like taste for a Catwoman statue.
I also I understand like what he was saying with the purple, and sometimes she is represented, especially some of like the reissues that they did with Catwoman and Hush, where she was more purple. But I feel like in the Jim Lee original, it was more of like blue and black, which is what I would have preferred. And they tried to kind of show that with adding blue light to this, but she's definitely purple. But and again, I do agree with you on the portraits. Definitely feels a little bit more art germy. You can see the vine, so it does tie in with the poison ivy statue, which I thought was a nice touch. And obviously some of the gargoyle texture and stuff. You can really see again they have a blue light shining on her, so it gives you kind of that more of that Hush look. But I don't think that obviously that blue light won't be there. Yeah,
between the blue and the purple, it's kind of got like this, and especially the goggles, it's got like this Tron futuristic look going on with it. That,
yeah,
I don't know, but like I said, the artwork was kind of like that too, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
Do you guys feel like, again, a lot of people have said it just feels maybe a little bit too anime looking. I just don't feel like it necessarily matches Jim Lee's portraits. Do you guys agree?
I don't know if this makes sense or not, but the portraits look a little dated, and it also looks animated to me. You're right. Like that's, yeah, I think it needs some work. I think it needs a little bit of work.
I just feel like if they tweak the faces a little bit, I think people would be more interested in this one.
Right.
But I just don't. I don't know. I haven't heard a ton of buzz about it. Which is too bad because people have been waiting for this one for a really long time. Yeah. I mean, even the cats are kind of cartoony looking.
And weird expressions on their faces.
Yeah, where was that cat? Did I have a close-up of the cat? Yeah.
I mean, that's the same cat that they used on the poison ivy proximity piece.
Yeah, that's probably right. So I don't know. I still this is still a maybe for me. But I don't know if I need it because I'm really happy with the Bermejo one that I have.
Same. That's how I felt. Like if I didn't have the Bermejo, I probably would be more in on this one. Just like I said, it's not a bad Catwoman statue. It just doesn't scream Hush Catwoman to me, But I don't see myself getting rid of the Bermejo to replace it with this one now.
Yeah. This is some art, kind of controversial art this week. From Alex Ross. These are going to be some new offerings that he's doing at his art show. The controversy was the boot.
Okay.
So it makes it look like her back leg, which is red, weirdly crosses over into the front.
Oh,
but
that is weird.
So basically what's happening here is there's a red boot in the front and a black boot in the back. And her back leg is red with a black boot. The front leg is a black leg with a red boot, but it looks like somehow that the red seeps into the red boot in the front. So it makes it look really weird.
The problem is that highlight line that he has exactly where the two of them meet. But then if you look at it, you can kind of see where like it kind of flares out a little bit. Like he needed to define that a little bit more this way. It didn't just match so much.
So that piece has been, definitely scrutinized this week, which you don't hear that very often from Alex Ross, but I do think it's a fun looking piece with Joker and Harley.
Yeah, I think I seen this framed on his. I think somebody mentioned it earlier. He's doing some gallery tour, and I saw it all framed up. It looked really nice.
And you can get them together, but also he's doing them separately as well. So you can just get the Joker or just get Harley by herself.
Yeah,
it's cool.
Cool. There's the Joker by himself.
Oh, there it is.
That's
Yeah.
pretty good. I like that.
So
And they
kind
do
of that
have like,
classic
that
Joker,
white
kind of
background. Yeah.
a little bit more kind of like a Killing Joke type of Joker, which is cool.
Cool.
And there's Harley.
I like Harley.
Yeah, I like it. I like the white background too. I think it's kind of nice.
It reminds me of the old Sideshow piece by Artgerm
Yeah.
when she was kind of looking up like that.
That's
Yep.
cool.
Oh, the one on that piece of wood, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the again, we're seeing a lot of stuff from the Prime 1 showcase here. This is the one I was really impressed with, the Cave Troll.
Mhm.
This is definitely a Jeff Morris dining room table piece.
So big.
Isn't that just nuts?
I don't know. You
So
guys have been
big.
busting out some pretty big pieces lately with that tactical throne. You guys, it's taking up
Yeah.
like 2 tables in both of your rooms.
Yeah.
And this piece is enormous. I mean, it's all. You know what I thought it was missing, Chris, is the Fellowship. It didn't have it on the base. That's kind of what made me like, okay, well, it's really cool, but if it had that, it'd be even better.
Yeah.
But what they put it? I don't know. It's already big enough. So,
It's just insane.
God, this piece is big.
But it's awesome.
So, like if you look at some of those mechanical bus thingies where they have like the catwalks and the little people, you know.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh yeah. Wow,
There's a
look at
lot
that.
going on here. I love how
That's awesome.
dynamic it is. And this is in their shop.
Oh my God, look at
That's
that.
insane.
That's awesome. The paint job is amazing.
I love Prime 1's paint. I think that they
Oh,
just do
man.
a phenomenal job.
Yeah, one of the best. Wow.
So anyway, it's a face only a mom could love there, but
Yeah.
still cool.
Super cool.
So yeah, that one will be. God, how much do you think this was going to run?
Uh,
As much as those
shipping alone.
Kong Godzilla pieces.
yeah.
It's a David Finch drawing right there. This is one from Dune that they showed, which I thought looked really good, actor likeness wise.
Mhm.
This is one that
Incredible.
they're doing themselves. In the past, a lot of their movie pieces had been done with Blitzway, but this is done through Prime 1. Real elite Masterline. I think the likeness looks really good.
I still need to watch the second movie. I've only seen the first one.
Yes, I haven't seen the first one yet either.
Oh, it's good. They're long movies though.
I've been watching Squid Game 3 this week. But likeness looks really good there.
Yeah, it does. Not that I know who it's supposed to look like, but it looks very good.
This is the guy that was he had played Elvis, right?
Yeah, he's Elvis.
He's Elvis.
Ah,
Put a
I'll
guitar in his hand. He is.
This one got a lot of attention. This is a one from Prime 1 as well. This is the Triss.
Okay.
Yeah. This one was cool.
Really pretty.
I think JWR was all over this one.
Yeah, he liked this one. I like the waterfall, the water fountain. I thought that was a neat little
That is
touch
really
there.
cool. Yeah.
But a lot of people were really excited about this particular version.
That's crazy. So we'll look at this piece now, right? But we'll never know if it ever comes out. Like sometimes we don't even because they're not on our radar. So maybe
yeah.
they-
Nobody's like in the group that shares photos like this one.
Yeah, it's like Matt
Right,
G.
like
He's
when
the
they
only one that
get
buys
it
this stuff.
We'll never know. So
That's right.
Oh wow.
We appreciate it from afar. That's for
there'll
sure.
never be a review like on our channel or anything like that.
You don't really see them in the regular statue groups either. Like all the groups I'm in, I never see any type of like these types of statues posted.
Yeah,
anywhere.
you would think there would be like
I
reviewers.
think they
that do
just
this
canceled them. Like you just show it for the show. They don't even come out, and we don't even know they're canceled because we don't care. Like
stuff. Yeah. Look at the detail in the suit and the costume. It's really cool. I like this one too. This was the Thor.
Mhm. It's from God of War. Looks like. Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Had a really cool portrait, I thought, and I had a with the Monier is flying toward his hand. I thought that was a really neat effect. I think this is one of their best in show.
Yeah, look
Yeah,
nice.
Good detail, all sculpted.
Wow. Yeah. Prime 1 does such a great job. They really do.
Yeah, this was that Monier flying toward his hand. Look at that. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Now, just for the photos, or does that light up?
I think it lights up because his eyes do too. So I'm assuming it'll be a light up feature.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
How's he even holding that? Can you go back to
The lightning bolts probably are holding it up, and that's what attaches to the
That'd
arm.
be like so fragile.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's pretty neat. Jurassic Park as well was shown. This one got some attention because it was just so different.
It's cool.
I know JWR liked this one a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of great detail.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, the scaling, like the skin textures, look really good.
They can pump out these dinosaurs forever.
Gosh, I know they really can. They've come out with so many great ones.
I don't understand how they keep coming out with these movies. These dinosaurs keep escaping or something.
They do. It's like, man, somebody freaking nuke the island or something. Like they're just gonna keep coming. Jeez. This was one that's kind of got a mixed bag of reactions. Some people really like this one. Some people don't love the portraits. I feel like I've heard a lot more positive about this one than I did the Catwoman. Billy and I, we talked about it the other night, but what do you guys think about this one in particular? Do you like it? Do you like the portraits?
I only like a few of them. I don't like all of them. But I know one of our pal members, Freddie, he's getting this. Like, this is the one that I like, the portrait. But I don't like the Superman symbol, the new one.
Yeah.
So I have to switch that out too. But it's cool. I mean, it'd be cool next to Tactical Throne, But
see, when people see that one, they think it's supposed to be Henry Cavill, where it's just a Henry Cavill probably inspired portrait.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be exactly him.
Right.
It doesn't make the Fabok, the Henry Cavill portrait. It doesn't make sense because I don't remember them ever being like.
I guess that's Christopher Reeve inspired.
It's supposed to be Christopher Reeve-ish.
Well, that's what I don't get. Like, I don't know. Maybe some people like it. The whole concept doesn't really make sense to me. Like when Delato did this as like, a piece of artwork, it looked to me like more of like a memorial, whatever type thing to Christopher Reeve. Like just, didn't really translate well to like me picturing Superman sitting on a throne like that. It's not something I would picture him doing. I don't know.
I don't know. It's just I feel like Batman sitting down kind of makes more sense than this one does to me.
100%. Mm-hmm.
But again, there's a lot of Superman collectors out there. It definitely is offering them something different, and I think the throne itself looks amazing.
Oh, it does. It really does.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Like if your whole thing is Superman, and I know a few people in the group who their thing is Superman, they might have this as the centerpiece and the other flying ones around. I mean,
That'd be cool.
It's a great statue. It's just and it's just taken straight from that cover. But
yeah, I'm not a fan of it. I mean, it is what it is. There's nothing like wrong with that. I'm just not a fan of the concept.
Yeah. Well, it saves you money that way, right?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need that.
I sent it to Hank. He loved it.
It's a lot of room to dedicate to some ice shards and stuff.
That's right. It does look like it lights up, obviously, and it's going to have that separate base, just like the Tactical Throne did, which does look good. I mean, you can just use that by itself, which looks great.
I think I actually like that more than the actual statue in the front.
Yeah, I think I do too.
I'd rather have what Billy has behind him in 1/3 scale.
No kidding.
I'll be happy with that.
This is one I was super impressed with, and maybe just because I was just at the actual studio where Harry Potter was made a couple weeks back. But the Voldemort I thought looked amazing.
Yeah,
very cool.
Like every time my little guy sees this guy, whether if it's on TV or whatever, the first thing that you say is Harry Potter is dead. I think he says it every time. I said, look at this statue. He goes, oh, that one's cool. Harry Potter is dead.
So this is a new one, right? Because I remember, well, obviously it's new, but they did one before this, right?
No,
that was Iron Studios.
Was Iron Studios did a quarter scale one. And this is also quarter scale. But it's a very similar concept to what Iron Studios did with the snake wrapping around.
You used to own it, right?
What?
Didn't you own?
Yeah, I did. I did. We were going to add it to our Disney-ish room, and my wife thought it was too scary.
That was quarter scale. That piece looked big.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It was quarter scale. And actually, I showed her this, and she said, "What's wrong with Nagini, who's the snake? She doesn't feel like that looks accurate to her." And she's a very big Harry Potter nerd, so I thought that was interesting that she didn't really feel like that the snake didn't look right.
The paint job on the scales look amazing.
Yeah, you could see it a little bit in their store.
Mm-hmm.
But I love the piece, and it had like a forked tongue version also that looked really good. So that's on a maybe radar for me. I like it. This is another one they showed, which I thought looked really good.
Wow,
at their showing.
Looks
Amazing.
just like
him. Yeah, looks just like him.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I've been seeing the commercial for this game now like crazy.
Mm.
Yeah,
it's a good game I hear.
Yeah.
But good likeness.
Looks just like him. Nice.
Yeah,
that's amazing. Look at that. That looks awesome. Wow. Look at that portrait. Those eyes, man.
Yeah. The eyes really are amazing.
What game is this? I don't know. I recognize the actor. I don't know what game it is.
Death Stranding 2.
It's cool. I love the black goo flying up in the air.
Yeah, just like the game. Looks very accurate.
Really neat. I believe that was third scale, if I remember right.
I believe so. Yeah. Oh my God.
The Godzilla bust in their studio as well.
Did you see this piece next to somebody? Did you watch that video when somebody was?
Yeah.
This thing is huge.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's neat though.
Oh, very, very cool.
Yeah, I would love
to see the back
that.
lights up too. Yeah.
Oh, there's that. Sorry, I had that out of order. Couple more pictures.
Looks good.
This one started to ship overseas.
Jeff's new piece.
Yeah, Jeff's getting this one, I believe, and I jumped on the wait list. I'm still not sure, but man, does it look awesome or what?
Yeah, it's so different with the red. But,
he was able to find one. I think he said he ordered it.
Yeah, he got it on Big Bag Toy Store. I saw that they had one like a couple of weeks ago, but I don't know. I mean, you got to wait a long time with them.
He said they had Bane as well, if anybody's looking for Bane.
Yeah, you go through them, you're going to get it, 9 months after everybody else?
Oh,
you guys aren't going to get that Bane?
I think it's more. Like, they just, I mean, I'm guessing that they'll eventually get it in, but they take a long time.
Oh, look at that. That looks awesome.
Looks
Chris,
good.
are you getting this?
I jumped on the wait list.
Oh, you did? Okay.
At Sideshow. So if it converts, it does. And if it doesn't, that's fine too.
Okay.
But I think it's really awesome. Quarter scale piece.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I didn't see this. That's cool.
But looks good. Tweeterheads has done some updated photos of their Doomsday. It's in production. It should be shipping soon. I know that they've had some delays as of late.
Yeah, I got the newsletter. So I have freeze on orders. It still said July. Does that mean it's going into production in July, or it's still shipping in July?
It's hard to say. I still don't know for sure.
It had the month, but it didn't say what it was about, like whether it was shipping.
Did it just say July? Because that could be July 2027.
I don't know what July meant.
There'll be more Julys, but
Like, I don't know if that meant like they were working on it still in July, or if
I don't know
the ship in July.
But anyway, hopefully, again, sometimes we have to be patient, and I guess this is another example of it with the increase in tariffs again. And so I know that Chad said that's put a hindrance into some things. So just is what it is.
Yeah. Did you want to mention what who was it? Delaney got hit with today?
Oh yeah, he got something from Sideshow, and he got hit with a $26 or something like that fee. But he said that Sideshow is mentioning it in the line items that they're mentioning the tariff fee. But he did get hit. He did get hit with one today, so it is happening. I like I said, I thought 26 it's annoying, but like I guess it's still better than what it could be, I suppose.
So let me ask you: did he have the choice of canceling it if, let's say, he didn't want to pay the $26?
He didn't say. That's a great question to ask, though.
I mean, I don't care if it's $1. If it's $1 more than what I had agreed to when I pre-ordered it, I don't have to pay it.
Yeah, that's a great point. You shouldn't have to.
I think Collector Allen has that Predator bus. I'm not bus. The 1/3 Berserk coming in, and it's 4 boxes. It's $1,200 to ship. I can only imagine if it's going to hit with a tariff on that or not. But it's super expensive to ship.
Yeah, that is insane.
$1,200 to get that. It's 4 boxes though.
Hard pass.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think I paid $800 once for 1 box.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Sounds like a deal. It's like,
Yeah. This is the Hot Toys on the left, and the new J&D Studios Joker that they actually went back and retooled. I guess. I think it looks really good.
Yeah.
If they do that face on the on a new 3rd scale, I would be tempted.
I don't know if I like either one, but
I think that's incredibly good. And
This
again,
one's
this is 6 scale.
I'm ready to see that bank robber. I really want that.
Yeah, me too.
I really want that. I'm going to get it for sure.
so that's only available to the people that ordered Bane, or they just have first dibs.
They have first dibs to it.
Okay.
Right.
They
There's
call
going to
it,
be a double pack too. A double pack, and I don't know what the other one is yet. Nobody knows.
I'm assuming it'll be this. I think it'll be purple coat, but I think it'll be an updated head sculpt. I think it'll be an improvement over what they did originally.
I kind of
would
like
be
that
cool.
right there. Oh, so this is posable.
Yeah, this is a 6 scale.
Okay.
What would you guys do if it was the nurse?
The nurse. I
So
mean,
somebody said the other day in the live chat that the nurse is not going to happen because the estate
something
won't
with
allow
this
it.
thing- I don't know about that. Like, how would someone have that information?
I don't know, but it has never been done. No one has ever done that version of in any way.
Maybe they just don't feel like it would sell. It might sell to the 2 of you guys, but will it sell
Yeah.
to them?
Hard to say.
Yeah.
Right. That's what
I
I'm saying. So they probably feel that it was a one scene thing for all of 5 minutes. Is this really going to sell? Do you really want to bet the farm on that people want that version? Like I said, there'll be hardcore collectors like us that I'd be like, hey, I would love that. But would it sell to the greater audience? No, I want my Joker in purple, not in a nurse's outfit.
Yeah, that's a great point. This is a new premium format from Sideshow that came out, part of their Mythos line, and I think this looks fantastic. They definitely are offering it in 2 different versions: the quarter scale and then also the 5th scale.
So my boy Bryan D from Godlike gave us the whole rundown on this.
He loves this character.
He loves it, but
Saw Darth Nihilus or something.
yeah. So the 1/5 comes with more bells and whistles, those electric things, and a different portrait. And then the 1/4, which is however much more money, doesn't come with any of that, but it's a bigger, and it does have a light up.
That's how they all been so far.
Yeah, so he doesn't know. I told him to get both. Just display them differently in opposite sides of the room.
That's right. Well, if I can have 2 Two-Faces drawings, he can have 2 of these.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Man, it looks amazing. It looks good.
I didn't know who this was, but from what he was telling us, it's
It's got that
pretty badass character.
similar flow to the Vader cape shooting out. It's pretty cool.
Doesn't that look like Thanos to you?
I think
It kinda does.
Darth Nihilus. Is the name. Yeah, it does look like that.
Yeah,
Looks
it sure
like
does. Wow.
It's from
It's
the
funny
Knights
because
of
when
the
I
Old
first saw
Republic.
this, I thought it was like a Lady Death.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I can see that.
Like that
Cape's crazy.
Deathstroke.
It's from the Knights of the Old Republic. That's this series is coming from.
Yeah.
Sure looks good. Look at that.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Cape flow is amazing.
Mm-hmm. It did great.
So anyway, cool piece if you're a Sideshow Star Wars fan.
I love me a good cape flow.
Yeah, that's right.
I do. I say I love seeing all the wrinkles in the fabric. It's one of my favorite things.
You don't like that one?
Do I like
Have
this
you seen
one?
this one?
On what are you pointing at? I can't.
The Superman.
Oh yeah, that's one of the reasons I love Superman too. I love the cape man.
No, have you seen this one? I don't know.
No, I haven't seen it in person.
I'm not sure if I had it the last time.
No, I haven't seen it yet.
This is a new one from Hot Toys, which I thought was really cool. It's the Nightfall Batman.
It's really nice.
Very similar to what the Prime 1 has. in their
That's
third
cool.
scale, but
I'm assuming that lights up because that looks pretty cool.
yeah.
Hot
Apparently
Toys
it's
does
got
so well.
USB that charges it, I think.
Nice.
Oh wow.
But I thought he looked really neat.
I don't collect Hot Toys, but they do such a great job with them. Yeah, they really do.
Yeah, me either. I never got into that.
Yeah, I kind of started out with Hot Toys and then
Mhm.
discovered statues, and I've never looked back.
Yeah, I
same.
love the actor likenesses and the sculpts or whatever, but like I don't know. I just like the rooted hair stuff. I just get too much of a Barbie doll vibe. from
Same
it.
thing. That's why I never got into it. I just thought with the little PVC figures.
Yeah,
I mean, they look great, but yeah, same thing.
they do look great. Yeah, I just
I think it would be
Similar-
like the price. Like to me, it still reminds me like of an action figure. And it's like, well, I'm not spending that much money on an action figure, but
Yeah.
well, that's how much they are. So.
Yeah. This one, I think this was announced this week. There's only 450 on the edition size for this one. This is the Sideshow Moon Knight.
450 of the EX though.
Exclusive.
Okay, 450 the exclusive. Okay. Thank you for catching that.
Eric, you getting this one, right?
I wish. I mean, again, I love the pose. I love when the characters are kind of like, crouching on a rooftop. And yeah, it looks phenomenal.
I think Delaney ordered this one, I believe.
Yes,
I think he did.
Yeah.
He had the XM one. I mean, the XM is really good too.
Yeah, it was good.
That XM one was right off the Finch art.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, exactly. And this is also inspired by Finch as well.
Yep.
This was
Oh, is
sculpted by, this is Maria Pamfilova, and she did say that this was based on Finch's art.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, this looks really, really
So
good.
imagine getting like a Moon Knight commission of his
Oh.
a head portrait with that behind this.
That would be amazing.
Really cool. Because that's exactly the way he draws it. I mean, he does a great Moon Knight.
Man.
This one is being teased for Supercraft. And so they're in conjunction with Mighty Jacks. They are the ones that did the Batman that we talked about earlier with the bats and the young Bruce Wayne. And so this is going to be their next reveal. More to come later.
Yep.
Here's some in-hand photos of the J&D Catwoman. So I just kind of wanted to weigh in. Again, we talk about photographs. What do you guys think of the likeness here? I'm sure it's way better in person, obviously.
Man, it's amazing.
Yeah, that looks good to me. I'm not a Michelle Pfeiffer expert, but I mean, that looks like her to me.
I also think the body looks more accurate to Michelle Pfeiffer than the Blitzway piece. I feel like that piece was a little bit embellished, especially like in the chest area. So I feel like this matches her body a little bit better.
Chris, did you know that the cat has glass eyes?
Does it really?
Yeah, it does.
That's crazy.
Wow, look at that. That's awesome.
So they have a little bit of an addition to the base. Do they usually do that with the bases? Because usually the bases are just like a little square piece, right? Looks like
This one's got the pillars in the back. They've done a few of them like that, where it's got a little bit of storytelling element to it.
Yeah, I mean, like even the cat looks good. Unlike the what was that other one we were just looking at?
The Prime one.
Yeah, Prime one.
For whatever reason, she's easy to do, I guess. Because I don't think I've seen a bad Michelle Pfeiffer yet.
Yeah, that looks good too.
They've all been great.
This is that combo pack right there.
Yeah. Collector Alan Kiefer is getting both of them together.
Congratulations, Alan.
Yeah. Gee, look at that, man. That is just.
That's really good.
That's her. Wow.
I thought this portrait or this photograph especially, like, wow, that looks really good.
I don't need this.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
But I really like it a lot.
So you can't swap the heads out, right? Put like the unmasked.
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. But,
Two different pieces.
Because I forget which company it was that did that like kind of ripped up option where she had
That's the one. That was NECA.
Yeah, I really like that.
And I really want that where her mask is kind of torn and she's got the a little bit of blood.
So there's been so many Michelle Pfeiffers that have come out. You had the old school Sideshow that still holds up today.
Tweeterhead quarter scale.
Tweeterhead quarter scale. You had the dark side, which I love, that I have up there.
Blitzway.
Pieces. None of these pieces have thought to like do that with the rip mask and the hair popping out the top. I don't understand that.
I don't know. That's what I would
It's
want
like a
more than
no-brainer
anything.
swap out, you know?
Yep, I agree.
Chris, are you in on this?
I don't know. The more like this photograph right here, I'm like, man.
Look at that, man. That is like, I got a $750 credit at Spec Fiction.
Ooh, there you go.
Cover the shipping.
Cha-ching.
Yeah, click up the ship.
It looks good. This was another J&D piece that I thought was really good. It's the Henry Cavill. I thought they really nailed that portrait. So again, like we
I don't see it in this one. The eyes.
you don't see it.
No.
The eyes are throwing me off. I mean, the chin and everything else looks pretty good. The nose.
I think the Weta piece is better than this.
So you don't see it there.
A little bit. I mean, you have it right next to him, though.
No.
I think that looks good.
Do those eyes
Way is
move
still
and
the best
stuff?
one.
Or no?
No, they don't move.
Can't like rotate. I think I read a comment. It was on your video. Somebody said you could like push the eyes in, and on Batman, like, so you said his eyes were bulging out or something.
Yeah, they say you could push them in deeper if,
That's weird.
which I don't want to even attempt
Don't
that.
do that.
Yeah, I would do that.
Wow, yeah,
There it goes.
that's pretty cool.
Suit looks all right.
And this is another one that they're doing. This is another 1/3 that they're doing. I hadn't seen this one.
Yeah, this is the blood and guts one.
Look at the skin.
This is badass. This one.
It sold out in a day.
I
Yep.
believe it. That skin is
One-
insane. And it looks like a really big piece too, like a way bigger.
I like this one because they actually did a little bit more with the base rather than just being, that boring black. There's like blood and all kind of different things going on down there.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's not just the black
Yeah,
concrete or whatever,
yeah. This is really good.
Look at
So
the
they are
thing
doing
climbing up
the-
its sword.
Oh wow, that's so cool. They are doing the Griffith too, the companion character, and the metal, the armor is going to be die cast on it.
Wow.
So man, look at that. That's like
That's pretty cool.
that's the character. Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, the cuts in the skin are pretty, especially like look at his arm. That looks real to me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's like real. That's
one of the
silicone.
right here.
Look at that.
Oh.
That is
really
amazing.
good.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It looks more like a real person than it does like a gaming piece or like a cartoon type piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Chris, when we were looking at that piece, I was like, well, there's no way that J&D's gonna be able to beat Prime 1 at Berserk. I just didn't think they could do it, but my God, they they had a home run with this one. So I look forward to seeing this in collectors' hands coming up.
Yeah, it's so well executed, I think.
Mm-hmm.
This is a new one from Jazz Inc. that they've teased, a animated series Batmobile with the Batman figure.
It's cool.
I love the engine inside. That's cool. I've never seen that done.
Is
I
this
think
one
I've seen that done before, but yeah, I've been wanting to purchase like one of these old animated Batmobiles for a while, and I just never did it.
This might be the one to do.
One?
Yeah, 1/6.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they had one in the past where you could see the hood as well. I mean, the hood opens, the engine.
McFarlane did one a little while ago. It's probably hard to find now, but it was in Target like all the time. I was always so tempted to pick it
Oh
up.
wow.
I mean, it was plastic and everything, but
Yeah,
Sure.
but it's cool. I'm sure
just
it's
to
cool.
chuck it up on the shelf. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah. This is Dave Igo. His company with Todd, they're doing a few more pieces.
Mhm.
And we're going to have them on at some point to talk a little bit about these.
Is that a life-size buff they're doing?
Massive
Yeah.
arm.
This is that Frank Franzetta
Yeah.
art, but life-size bust
Wow,
that they're
that's
working on currently. So that was cool.
cool. Yep, looks cool.
So we'll have them on and have them talk a little bit more about what's going on with them. This is one that went up for pre-order this week. The Devil May Cry 5 Dante.
I love it. But it's 1/6, so I had to pass.
Is this the one where they had a quarter scale and they shrunk it down to this?
No, this is a brand new piece I just announced from Prime 1, and it's 1/6 scale. That's the only reason I'm not buying it. They have a companion Virgil with him too. That's 1/6 also.
Pretty low profile piece. Look at that small
Mhm.
base.
It's cool. The pose though, love it.
Probably
He's got
Trying Probably trying to tap in that collector with a little bit lower price point.
Sure.
Right now.
Even the 1/6 stuff looks great. I mean, you have to admit it.
They do. It's prime one quality right there. It's amazing.
It really is. Yeah. It's a great job with that. Well, there's the dimensions.
Yeah, there's a great. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't catch that. So thanks, Jimmy.
No problem.
Flash is coming out from Legendary Beast. We got some professional photos of it, which I thought still looks really good. I like this one a lot better than the other one.
Yeah,
lots of stuff being announced, but nothing shipping.
That's
I talked to Jay, and I believe they are starting the beginning of this month. They are starting to ship the Batman.
Batman, yeah.
So hopefully that'll be coming out. I totally see Alex Ross here. I think it looks fantastic.
100% Alex Ross.
Chris, where did you get your Batman from?
From Legendary Beast.
Directly through them?
Whatever their.
How'd you do that? They can't ship to the United States.
No, it's like
Statue Brothers.
It must be Statue Brothers, and I can't remember.
Yeah.
Madeline, I think.
Wow.
We have again an unmasked portrait here as well.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
really nice.
this one's got a lot of good things about it. It's got a nasty seam line on the neck there, but I don't know. It's just that looks like a dated portrait to me, like old school Sideshow. The base is awesome as always. The suit looks good, but I don't know. For some reason, when I think Flash, just to see him standing there, I look at it a lot like I do the Superman on Throne. You don't see Superman sitting, and Flash to me is always in motion. So to me, the Sideshow Daniel Bell piece is hands down the best Flash statue ever done.
I get that impression from all their pieces after seeing not that they look bad, but the way they do their paint is very.
They're not standalone pieces. If you have them all together, like the way I have, Marvel pieces, or if you do the Justice League, they look really good. But if you're just going to go for a Flash statue and this was it, it's just kind of boring.
I mean, look at the paint.
The way they do their paint is very simple. Compared to other companies.
I feel
like they should have done something more than an Alex Ross look to it. Like maybe have a couple of other comic inspired head swap outs. And I was surprised for a guy who does 7 swap outs a statue, this one only had 2.
Yeah, maybe they just didn't feel like this one will sell as well. Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, Flash isn't as popular of a character. This was the alternate one, which I don't love this one.
Yeah, this is the Wally West one.
But I mean, the anatomy looks good.
No, it does. Yeah.
As a statue, I actually like this one better.
Yeah, it looks a little more. I mean, it has a little more going on with the sculptor. Like it's a little more modern, but.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I agree. Like the face portrait. I mean, there is a little bit of paint here, but I agree. It's just very simple. Very simple.
I think it was your Captain America, right, Billy? I had to do a touch up on it or something, and I remember that's the first time I had that impression. I was like, whoa! I was like, the paint is like very old looking compared to like what most companies do. And the same, I have the same thing with the Thor. When I see, I mean, they look great in person, but when you look at them, like when you stare at the paint up really up close, you could tell it's got like
it's very classic, very
simple,
very old, very simple, yeah.
They still look cool.
Look at the line of his hairline there.
Yeah,
that gap, like that shouldn't be that way.
Yeah,
I'm sure it keys into his head somehow, but like
right.
They should have made the hair look like it was tucked underneath.
Yeah,
I just feel like he could have gave this one a little bit more love,
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, there's a lot that I do like about it because I definitely feel like it does capture the Alex Ross feel, especially the first one we looked at. But I think there's a couple of things they could maybe improve on. This one was interesting. This one was based on this art right here, and a company just teased this today.
I was wondering what this was.
Yeah, isn't that cool? So it's like it makes sense to see how it turns out.
This is Bottleneck.
Yeah, it's a bottleneck gallery print. Yeah, this is a bottleneck print.
No, I think that was a comic cover, and they're doing the vinyl. I guess it could be vinyl.
It could be, yeah. Bottleneck is producing the statue.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see how this one turns out. I think it has a cool concept.
Yeah.
If that's the same one in front of it, just facing forward. It looks pretty cool. Kind of see it in the back there.
Yeah,
The
it's got half of it. They're just teasing it with the mirror there. This is one from Regal Robot, who does all of the different maquettes. I thought this one was pretty neat. From that classic, Last Crusade, the very end. He chose Polly.
Yeah, I remember that. Mm-hmm. Oh,
That was pretty cool.
Life-size bust.
Yeah, pretty scary scene. I remember when I was a kid, it scared me a lot.
Yeah,
89. It was a good summer for movies.
It was.
I got a series here from Iron Studios. I thought this one was really great. This is 10 scale.
Yeah, I found this interesting. This was originally quarter scale back in the day, no?
Yep.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Oh,
yeah, this piece had issues.
It was exact like this, but the pose is very similar.
Very similar. Yeah, I don't think it's the exact same one.
I don't know. Let me see the whole thing. I think the other one said Oscorp. I think this says Oscorp too on it, right? Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the same exact statue. They just shrunk it.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I remember it had engineering issues. People were getting it in, and the pieces weren't aligning correctly to where they could even assemble it.
No, hopefully they fixed that then.
On the older one, I'm talking like the quarter scale. This, I'm sure, will be fine.
Yeah. This is a Punisher 10 scale. Thought the likeness looks pretty good for a 10 scale.
Mm-hmm.
See that they're putting him in the Spider-Man movie.
That's interesting.
That's scary.
Alien 10 scale.
That's cool. I like the pose.
That's crazy. I don't think they've ever done any alien stuff before.
Yeah,
I don't either. And I think this will be real popular.
They literally have like every license for these things.
They sure do. They've got Iron Maiden now. I mean, yeah. Got Eddie here.
Oh, sculpt looks pretty cool.
That's good.
It's fun. Kind of a cool base.
I should have did the Killers album cover. That would have been cool.
That'd be neat.
Yeah.
I thought this one was really cool. This is a 1/20th scale, but it's really quite large.
Pretty decent. Yeah.
Pretty decent likenesses, and I mean, look at that. It's a big piece.
Wow, no, it is big.
Isn't that cool?
It is very cool.
It's definitely different.
Yeah, I thought it would be really neat to add to your dinosaur collection if you collect those.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
New He-Man too. Is this Man of Arms?
Man of Arms, yep. Boots look cool.
I like the colors.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Cool pose.
Did a good job with it.
Destro.
Okay.
Always one of my favorite characters when I was a G.I. Joe kid.
This is gonna pair good with that seated Cobra Commander they just did.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, it'll look great.
Yeah.
Didn't Sideshow do Cobra Commander or someone did Cobra Commander a while back?
Way back,
way back in the day, right? Yeah.
When I first started collecting, I almost ordered that.
I think that was mixed media too.
Right? I think so. Yeah, I think it was.
It definitely.
I love that one. I thought it was great.
These are some 6 scales from Sideshow, it's part of their creature line that they've been doing. But I thought this one specifically looked really good.
Looks like Bermejo's Scarecrow.
Yeah. These are the skiff guards from Jabba's palace. They have a new Han Solo too, and I thought the likeness is pretty decent here.
Yeah, as soon as you flash that image, I saw him right away.
Yeah, Harrison Ford, we've said, is very difficult to capture. Still a little cartoony looking to me, but I still maybe it's like bobblehead kind of, but I do think it looks pretty decent. That looks really good right there to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks really good.
Yeah.
Especially the face. I don't know, maybe the hair's looking a little weird, but the face looks really good.
And maybe that's what it is. His hair's too poofy or something. That looks good.
Yeah, portrait's good.
They also had a new Luke Skywalker, and this is like if he had gone to the dark side instead of choosing the good side.
Wasn't that what was it? It was in the movie. He came out like that. Oh no, that was when he was older, right? Oh no, what am I thinking?
Yeah.
That scene at the end, that was awesome.
think this likeness looks pretty good.
I think Blitzway's doing Luke Skywalker from The Mandalorian.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, they are doing one.
That's where that scene was from, right? Was it Mandalorian? You know, you guys know what I'm talking about? When he comes, he's like he's in the robe, all blacked out, and he's just walking through the halls, like kicking everybody's
Yes, that's from
that was
Mandalorian.
like the last episode of season 2 or something.
Yeah, it's where he rescues Grogu, and
Yeah, that was great.
he's got Vader's belt on.
Oh wow,
Vader's,
that's cool.
Basically like Vader's costume, basically.
Huh.
There he is.
There he is, the Pope. We got a Pope statue coming out. I thought that was pretty funny. Billy, is that you that sent me that?
I did.
Yeah.
I think I might get on this one day one.
It's a really good likeness.
It does look just like him.
It does.
He sent that to me. He told me it was a premium format. I was like, oh, it's a PPF, Pope premium format.
He goes, is this real?
Yeah.
Sometimes I never know with you.
I'm a massive fan of Jaws, and this is Jaws' 50th anniversary, and they've been releasing a ton of stuff. But I thought this Mondo vinyl statue was really neat.
That's cool. Yeah, I like it has the barrels hooked up to him.
Cool. It's cartoony, but I like it.
No, it's cool. Yeah, I like it.
Big. That's
it's big.
Oh man,
a little gloss to it. That'd be good.
These were a couple
this
of other.
piece is enormous. I don't know. Did you watch the video of this?
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's ridiculously big.
But I love the art direction with these stands that hold it up. Like it's really neat. But all right, that is the end.
All right.
That is our photos. Some good stuff there, that's for sure.
Yeah, that was fun.
Anything in particular that's a must buy that we saw tonight?
I don't know about must buy, but I do want to see some more Catwoman pictures under like normal lighting, you know.
Are you talking about the J&D?
No, the
Oh yeah.
Part 1 Hush, yeah.
Yeah.
I want the J&D Michelle Pfeiffer to go in there. Go over there.
Yeah.
I may have to get that. Man.
I do like the idea of them being like, again, I really love my Blitzway, but I do like the idea of having similar bases. I don't know if they're ever going to do a Keaton. I don't think they've ever announced a Keaton. But you know, so I feel like at least these two, they match because they have the similar bases.
Right.
Whereas the Dark Knight ones will all match. So I don't know. We'll see. Again, I have absolutely no idea, or I had no idea that I was going to become a J&D collector, but all of a sudden I am, which is just insane.
This felt like a little bit of like a Twilight Zone episode because we're not used to like praising J. I felt like every single J&D piece looked really good tonight. But like you said, like over time, I think they just gotten better. You know,
and that's the thing is like, you know, if you go back and look at their like Arthur Fleck, I still think that is hideous.
Yeah.
But there are certain ones that I feel like they nailed. I've always said that their actual like sculpts that they do, like out of clay or whatever, like those are phenomenal. All of them have been great when they show them in those videos. But then whenever it's translated to silicone, I just don't feel like it always translated that great. But again, after having a couple in hand now, it's way better in person. It just doesn't always photograph well.
Yeah. And the other thing is it wasn't always so much the likeness. Yeah, sometimes could be critical, say the likeness is off. It was always down to like the price point. Well, you know, these things are a lot more money than other companies. And it always came down to, well, is it worth paying the extra money for a museum style piece like that? That's
right. And again, especially if you don't think the likeness is perfect.
Exactly.
And that's the main thing is you're paying $3,000 for a likeness. That is why you're paying that money. Yeah. And if it's not good enough, if you look at it and you don't see Michelle Pfeiffer, let's say, it's not going to be worth $3,000 probably to me.
The Henry Cavill Superman, those are horrible. The likeness on that, he looked like he was sick.
But that's why I said I feel like their Chris Reeve one was really good.
It was
their Sean Connery is phenomenal.
Very good.
Chris Reeve with the glasses, that looks phenomenal.
That's still my favorite.
So I feel like over time they have really progressed. Like Absolutely. Even that Henry Cavill, like you guys didn't love that Henry Cavill, that Witcher Henry Cavill, but like I really saw Henry Cavill in that way more than I did in their Superman ones, which again, I didn't think looked very good to me at all. So again, it's always going to be subjective of like how Billy sees Henry Cavill might be different than how I see him. But at the
Even
same
the
time,
Gal Gadot Superman, Wonder Woman. I didn't think that looked like her.
their second one looked a lot better, I thought.
The one with the gold suit.
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
that was the first one.
No,
The second one had the traditional suit. The first one was their gold suit.
Yeah, I thought the Margot Robbie, the dancer one looked really good.
That yes, I did see a video.
That one
Somebody had
looks
done a
good.
tour of their studio, and I'm like, that one's really good too. Now I don't know if I need like Stripper Harley in my collection, but I do think that one really turned out really nice.
No, but if you're like a movie person, then but
yeah,
some of them have been really bad, and some of them have been really good.
Right. And so that's why I was really excited to get Catwoman in, because again, I had seen Batman before. I had never seen Catwoman in person, and I'm really glad I got her. Is she worth the cost? It's always going to be subjective. I paid a little less than retail, which is great. So, again, it's just up to the individual collector of what they're willing to pay for something. I mean, Lord knows how much somebody said earlier, they just totaled up my Finch wall and they can't even fathom it. Neither can I. But so it's whatever art is worth to you,
Yeah.
But anyway, good show tonight, guys. Anything else you want to talk about before we wrap it up?
I guess everyone have a safe and happy 4th of July weekend coming up. Right?
Please don't anybody blow off their hand. That would be great.
That would not be good.
Enjoy the holiday. Have a nice beverage. Shoot off some fireworks. Pray for this crazy country of ours. If you're in America, it seems like it's going to pot every day, but that's why we have this hobby, to keep us distracted and busy. And again, happy 4th of July to everybody. And we'll be back in a couple weeks. I'm anticipating potentially another auction show. We'll see. But do me a favor, if you haven't subscribed over here to All Things Art, do me a favor. He is creeping up to 200,000 subscribers, which is absolutely insane. I think I was at like 195 today or something like that, which is insane. Also, if you haven't checked out Godlike Statues, please make sure you do that as well. Jimmy and his crew is killing it over there. And again, check out our other friend JWR's channel as well, Stylish Nerds. So anyway, want to thank Jimmy for joining us tonight. And I want to say hello to all the other rogues that were busy as well. And we'll hopefully be back all together for the next show. Please leave a like on your way out. That does help us tremendously. And we'll see you in a couple weeks for the next Rogues Gallery Live. Thanks for watching, everybody. Good night.
Night.